Hi guys, welcome back to the House of Langford channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about our experience at the Knitting and Stitching show at Alexandra Palace this year. So we managed to get VIP tickets for the Saturday, which gave us this little badge, and we had to wear it all day so that we could get into the VIP lounge, which is an area separated from the rest of the show in the Great Hall, I think it was. We'll check the map. Yeah, in the Great Hall. It was the big hall. And we were able to actually book 2 workshops to do on the Saturday, but we also managed to go on the Sunday as well, so we got 2 workshops on the Sunday, and we were kindly given some freebie tickets from one of the exhibitors, and we had a really good weekend. Basically, we managed to book ourselves into a B&B for the Saturday night, which was only down the road, so we went for a really nice Italian. We went to La Porchetta, which apparently is a really famous pizza place that we didn't know about, and we had an amazing meal. The portions were enormous though, so the garlic bread, if you order the garlic bread, it's actually like a whole size pizza, so definitely one for sharing and not individually like I ate it. Needless to say, we did not need much more food after we left there. So the first thing that we did on the Saturday was we went and did a dyeing workshop with a lady from the Netherlands, and we did African dyeing techniques. Let's see if I can find it. So she was from Vizsla. Let's see if that will show up. And she showed us loads of different ways of folding, scrunching, manipulating the fabric basically before you put it into the dye. And I managed to do 3 different pieces, so I'm going to show you all now. The first one I actually stitched into a heart shape, so I folded my fabric in half, and then I stitched a heart shape into the fabric and then pulled the thread so that it's scrunched up. So I dipped that bit into orange first, then the outside edges into purple, and then, because the reason I did the orange first is because I thought it was red, but it wasn't. So the red then arrived, and that was boiling hot, so I dunked it all back into the red. So I now got a sort of like a heart shape on it. It's not quite a heart shape, but I think if I'd have maybe stitched it a little bit closer together, it might have come out a little bit better. But I quite like that as it is. The second one I did, I grabbed the fabric, twisted round from the middle, and so it looked like a big rose, and then put some bands around the outside and dunked it straight in the red, and it's come out like a little spiral. So all the bits that didn't touch the dye are white, and that gives it the pattern once you've dyed it. The last one I actually dunked into 4 different dyes. So the first thing I did was dunk the whole thing into yellow, then I dipped half of it into, I think it was a green, half of it into a purple. So I scrunched it up in between each dye, and then the last time I opened it all out, scrunched it back up and dyed it in red, and that is the result. It's quite autumnal. It's rather nice, so I quite like that technique. I might have to use that one again. I haven't really had much success with the scrunching before when I've taught it to Year 9 students, but if I can get results like that, so I guess I'll have to give it another go, won't I? I'll show you the other workshop as well from that day. So we did freeform crocheting in the afternoon. The dyeing was in the morning, and we did this with a lady called Steph Phillips, who's a textile artist. And the idea is you start with a small square of crochet basically, and then you change yarn, change stitch, change direction, you change what you're doing with that stitch, and you just keep going. So we play yarn consequence. Every time you change yarn. So everyone was given 50 grams of a different ball of yarn, and this is what I ended up with. Although it looks kind of like a minion. It's got a mouth, an eye, and even a flower in his hair. But I rather like the chunky yarn was really difficult to work with. You can just about see one row in the background. I was trying to do this blue, but it just wouldn't work in the chunky. But if you pull it through your stitches, you get these little tufts, which gives it a really nice texture. So even though it was really strange and goes against everything in my body, telling me to do things properly, it was nice to see that you can just combine stuff and you don't have to worry about it not looking like it conforms with anything. So that was a really interesting workshop actually to finish our day there. That was the Saturday, and to be honest, all we managed to do on the Saturday was visit all the stall holders in the Great Hall. Now the Great Hall is this one. We did from the bottom up to here by lunchtime, and then went and sat in our little VIP lounge up here with a cup of tea and some quality streets before we finished the rest of the haul. Now the only thing I actually bought before lunchtime was a pattern, and that was from Sew Over It, which is this one. So it's the Eve dress. Now I've got some fabric from Rosenberg's that I really want to make this up in. So that is going to be on my list to do very shortly. It will probably be a summer dress because the fabric is viscose. So it's very light, very drapey, and not really warm enough for the winter months. So that'll definitely be something that I wear in the summer a bit more than the winter. Yeah, that was the first thing I bought. And then Emma we found Aceville Publications, and they do goodie bags at events like this, and you basically pick a magazine from the table, you pay £6 and you get another goodie bag full of stuff, which comes with another magazine. It comes with it had a stress ball in it. There's 2 packs for knitting, like knitting kits, and then it comes with another pattern as well. So this is the pattern that came with it. It's a nice wrap top, and you've got 3 different sleeves in there, and then also the bottom is at different as well, so you can have 2 layers instead of the 1. So that's quite a sweet pattern. I'm gonna look to work it up. These were the 2 kits that you got. So you got Easter Chicks, which is from Let's Knit magazine, and then you've got sort of woodland characters. So they're both from Let's Knit. So I think all I've got to do is find the patterns for them, because I think they only come with come with the materials but not the instructions. So I'll have to have a look at those. Yep, I'll have to have a look at those. The other thing we got in that bag then was the other magazine, and I've already opened this to have a look at it. So it is Baby Knits Collection, and there's some crochet patterns in there as well. So it comes with, what's that, 6 balls of yarn, knitting needles, and a crochet hook. So that's going to be really cute to do some stuff for my new nephew. And then the magazine that I chose was a sewing magazine. So I've got 2 more patterns in there as well. So in total I've got 3 patterns, 2 kits, 2 magazines, and some yarn, knitting needles, and a crochet hook. So for £6, even if you don't knit or crochet, maybe you've got a friend that knits or crochets, or you can use it for weaving because it's all the wool, isn't it? Yeah, quite happy with that. And I get a stress ball to play with. So what else did we do? We bought some pom-poms. Now you can see I've got a little friend here, and I've already mentioned that I'm a big Pikachu fan. So these are from Lover Fur. I'll show you this one first. This one's a big fluffy red pom-pom, and then the other one I couldn't leave there because it looks like Pikachu. It's bright yellow, and it's got little black flecks on the side like Pikachu's tail. So those are my 2 pom-poms, and they're so fluffy. I might just have to put them on a scarf so I can play with them all the time. So nice and soft. Yeah, there, I did get some more. I'm going to show you all the fabric in one big lump because there's quite a few bits of it. But we also bought, is it all in there? We went and found a stall called Purple Stitches, and they had the equipment and all the findings to make the Emmeline Bags retreat bag. So I've got rose gold zipper tape and the pulleys, and then I've got these rods that slide into the top. So I've already downloaded the pattern. I just need to decide what fabric I'm going to use basically. But I also picked these up whilst I was there. So they've got, this one's got like gold flecks on it, and then you've got a lovely sort of cottage garden, I guess that one is. This one's more of a rose pattern print. So they're both from Purple Stitches. And then I also picked up some rainbow foiled cork. Look at that shining. And I think that's going to go towards a bag, but I'm not sure what type of bag yet. I've seen an NCW made in this. Now, I would love an NCW made in this, but I don't think I'm willing to make one with the cork fabric. So, watch this space. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be something I can use quite a lot. Where else did we get? We found another stall that had loads of faux leather, and they had loads of bag kits, but I can't really remember what the name of the stall was. Anyway, I got a big roll of, it's like a burgundy faux leather, and the reason being I got this is because we bumped into two ladies that had these amazing bags. I'll put the picture here. They had these amazing bags. One had elephant print on it and the other one had roses, and I've got some of the elephant fabric, so I bought the elephant fabric, some llama fabric and some beetle bugs the last show we went to, and I've been wanting to make a bag with it, but I didn't know what to make it with. So the lady holding the rose bag actually made both of them, and she gave me all the details so that I can go and find one. So that will be on my list of things to do as well. At the same time, we went to see Higgs and Higgs. We go there quite a lot. And I got some cotton fabric, which is like a beigey calico type colour, but it's got white feathers printed all over it. So I don't know whether that's going to be the outside of something or perhaps just the lining. So it's got a nice pretty lining. And then the other piece I got was this woven wool fabric. So it's got like a tweed pattern on it, like print. So, and it's nice and thick, so I'm going to use that for a bag as well, I think. We've bought a bit more fabric. I spotted this hanging up at, I think it's not Textiles Express. It's one of those. Bombay Fabrics, perhaps. I don't remember. This was hanging up, and it's got a foil on it as well. So this is a very light cotton denim. And I got 2 meters of that. So I think I'm going to make, it's really nice for a good shirt. So I think I might challenge myself to make another shirt. I haven't made one since I was in college. So yeah, might be nice to make myself a nice shirt. At the same stall, I then spotted this one, and I couldn't leave this one because it reminds me of Day of the Dead. And it's got scullies on it. All those skeletons. So that could be a lining. That might be the outside of a bag as well. The last thing that I got, now if you've seen the Great British Sewing Bee this year, Tom had some of this fabric pinned to his notice board, like where their work area, their studio area, their sewing area. And there was a little snippet when he was at home that he'd made a bomber jacket with it. Now, before the sewing bee even started, I'd started making a tailored jacket with it, a more fitted jacket. But as soon as I put the sleeves in, I realised it wasn't going to fit. So I needed some more, and this was last year I started this jacket, and I've been looking for the fabric for a year now. So the place I got it from before, when I saw them at the spring show, they'd run out, they'd sold out, and I think it was because of it being shown on the sewing bee. But found it at Fabrics Galore, and I got the last 2 meters on the bolt. That's it. I don't think there's any more of this fabric. And it's tropical birds. So if you've been on my Instagram or even on my Facebook page, you'll have seen some of this in construction. Unfortunately, that jacket doesn't fit, so I'm going to have to recut. And there is still some fabric left over from the previous lot that I had, so I'm going to have to be very, very, very careful how I cut, so that I can make sure that I've got enough to make one that fits. And it's really sad because I'd Hong Kong bound all of the seams on that jacket as well. So if it's just the arms, I might just put an extra panel under the arms to try and get it to fit. But that's something I'm not yet willing to try. First off, I'll try and make... No, I need to try and fit that one first. So I'll see exactly how much I need to add to it before I go and cut it up again. So that's all our purchases. I've got 2 more workshops to show you, which I've buried. Ugh. Right, I'm going to have to put pictures up here because I haven't got them right in front of me. So we did another natural dye-in technique, this time using ingredients from the kitchen with Debbie from the Lace Knittery, and I used turmeric, there's some mint leaves, some thyme leaves for one piece, with some flower power tea granules as well. And the other piece I sprinkled all the tea granules on first and then dunked the whole thing into beetroot juice. Now I have boiled them and I have rinsed them. They're now drying. And the beetroot one's not really come out as pink as I thought it was going to, but I think that's something I can look at improving next time perhaps. I think it just needed to be in there longer because we only had about an hour, I think it was, in total, and that includes a talk at the beginning as well, an explanation of materials and stuff. So, but we did get some lovely wool to try it on, so maybe I'll do it on that as well and see how that comes out. The other thing we did was a zippy pouch, and Emma and I have actually made some more. We made 16 at the weekend, and we're hoping to sell them at craft shows and stuff. But they're just so quick to make, so I'll put that picture up here as well of both of ours. They're both in the same fabrics, except I had a red zip and Emma had a purple zip. That's the only difference between the two. Other than the fact that I went completely off track and actually stitched all my straight lines, my quilting lines, in a completely different direction to everybody else. But that's what happens when you put a teacher in a class with other people who don't really know what they're doing, but at the same time I work a lot quicker than everyone else. Actually, I've just spotted it in front of me. So this is my one. Little triangle pouch. And it's fully lined. It's got a working zipper. And I've been wanting to make these for ages, so when I saw the class I was like, well, I want to do that class. Now I actually bought no yarn at this show. I bought yarn at the last show they had, and what I did do though is I originally purchased a skein of yarn from one of the stalls, and you get a free pattern with it, but I completely lost the pattern. So I went to the store and I just explained what was going on, and they actually gave me another copy of the pattern, which is brilliant. So now I can actually get on. I've already caked the yarn, so I can get on and actually get that project going. And that's actually a knitted project, so it's something completely different actually, because of all the different stitches and techniques that are in it. I haven't really done before, so it'd be a nice challenge for me to try that. Yeah, what else is there to say? We actually, on the Saturday, when we entered, there was a board saying take a selfie, post it on Instagram and tag us. So we did. and I wasn't aware that it was a competition, and we won the competition. So here's our selfie picture. We won the competition. So on the Sunday, even though we had tickets on the Sunday, it was meant to be that we got upgraded to VIP, but we'd already had VIP on Saturday. So because we get on really well with the cloakroom attendants for the VIP lounge, they did a little talking for us with the person who ran the competition, and they actually upgraded us to premium VIP for the Sunday, which meant we had access to the premium VIP lounge. We were allowed to go in for free tea and coffee all day. We had access to private loos. We also were allowed to stay there for lunch. So I think if you pay for the premium VIP, you get like a £5 voucher towards lunch. But we didn't get that. But the lunch isn't that expensive anyway. So I had a really nice butternut squash soup, and it was delicious. It was lovely. And because we were the competition winners, one of the waiters actually managed to acquire us some tea cakes from the afternoon tea selection that they have. So I had 2 chocolate eclairs, and Emma had a scone with jam and cream. So that was the end of our Sunday. What I'm going to do is put a load of photos at the end of this video for you to see what else we got up to on our weekend away, and I'll see you again soon. If you have ever been to the Knit and Stitch show, please tell me what your experience was in the comments, and if you managed to buy anything at this show, I'd love to hear what you've got as well, and your plans for what you're going to do with it. So maybe I'll do another video that shows you exactly what I'm going to be doing with all of this fabric. Because at the moment I don't really have an idea. All I know is I need to make the Emma line bag. So I've printed the pattern, I've made a template, it's time to get sewing. See you later, bye!